Everyone. My name is Sheldon Solomon, and I am a social psychologist at Skidmore College in upstate New York. And I very much look forward to having the honor to speak at the upcoming conference, which seems to me to be especially timely and important. In my estimation, maybe to state the obvious, we are in the midst of a historical moment where democracy is clearly on the wane, and fascism and totalitarianism clearly on the rise in an increasingly polarized and unstable world in the midst of an incoming environmental apocalypse with rampant economic instability and just complete psychological dis-ease. Put a hyphen between dis and ease on the part of the average individual. And while this is a historical moment, it's certainly not historically unprecedented, as psychohistorians are surely very much aware. And I got interested in these matters on my first day as a professor at Skidmore College when I read Erich Fromm's Escape from Freedom, written in 1941. He came to the United States in order to escape Nazi Germany, and then to his horror realized that Americans were more likely, he thought, than Germans to ultimately become fascists. And I read a couple of years later Hannah Arendt's book on the origin of totalitarianism, and I was struck by both Fromm and Arendt pointing out the psychological underpinnings of this particular political state of affairs. Fromm said that it is the insignificance and the powerlessness of the individual that gives rise to fascism. And then Hannah Arendt pointed out that there is somehow that fascist leaders have a way of creating a state of reality that disrupts our capacity to apprehend the world in any straightforward fashion. Well, anyway, what I'd like to talk about on Sunday is to explore the psychodynamic underpinnings of fascism, and to do it in terms of contemporary psychological discourse, and then to apply these ideas to the present historical moment and to fortify some of the historical points with recent empirical evidence from existential experimental psychology, which is the domain that I work in, and then hopefully have a good chunk of time to exchange ideas about implications of these notions for what to do in the future. And what I would like to argue is that psychohistorians have a particularly unique position in this regard. I think that they are at their best at the theoretical, empirical, as well as clinical vanguard in terms of understanding both historically and psychologically where we presently stand. And this will be radically important if we're going to keep standing all that much longer. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing some of you in the days to come.